Across the multiverse, there are infinite worlds filled with wonder, magic, danger, and creatures beyond your wildest dreams. One of these worlds is called Draconia, a world that in the ancient tongues means forged by dragons. And if legends are to be believed, this particular world was built upon the power and might of the two most famous, or perhaps infamous dragons across the entire multiverse, Bahamut and Tiamat. Made of two primary planes coexisting as one, the world above, the material and arcana of both positive and negative force, known as Terra, and the world below, known as Umbra, home to the dead and necromantic arcana. Mirroring each other, but never overlapping, never the two coalesce. Our story begins on Draconia's largest continent, Carina, in the port city of Mare, off a peninsula of the Sylvan Empire. It is the eve of a historic event, an open call to all professional adventurers to join the ranks of the legendary Wayfinders Guild. In a temple run by monks known as the Order of the Ascendant Dragon, a young student meditates. Nick, if you could please describe your character.
Okay. Luna is a sort of lanky, androgynous, pale green, pinkish flesh, water ganassi. And they're recently coming back to their disciplines as a monk. But it wasn't until very recently that the ascendancy sort of came to them in a vision. And so they've been back at work sort of learning this new tradition and this new way of living and being with the world.
And as you sit and contemplate in your chores, post-chores meditation, what's going on through Luna's mind at the moment?
Grief, dealing with the passing of a parental figure, and they have this new purpose thrust upon them, and everything's going so fast. So they're digging deep down into their fundamental trainings of mindfulness and awareness of oneself to really calm down their nerves.
And how long has it been since this passing?
14 days, 3 hours, and so.
One of your advisors, a monk of the order, by the name of Darius, another water ganassi, they mainly are in charge of groundskeeping for the most part, but for the last couple weeks they've been your supervisor, as you have taken on the groundskeeping roles as well. They're about, maybe a foot shorter, older, a little hunched over, maybe slouchier, maybe a little less, more stocky, as it were. A bit of a polar opposite of sorts of your own height and build, but same kind of traditional tattoos swirling around their arms and along their neck and up to their head. Full shaved head, has their hood up. Luna, have you finished taking care of the gardens?
Garden?
Well, yes, it was your assignment today. You were to go through the ponds and the take care of the fish and the hanging gardens.
Mentor Darius, I must rest.
Rest can be coming in all forms and through labor of very nice flow and ease. Luna, you've been so distracted lately. I understand. We are all suffering with the loss of our dearly departed great mentor to all of us. But if we do not move, then we become stalwart, and we do not have the luxury of being able to just be still and let entropy take over, especially without duty as amongst this plane.
I suppose you're right. But the adventure, I promised. The adventure.
And adventure can come in many forms, but I will advise you, be mindful. Everything that surrounds you, everything that you take in, whether it be through learning, interacting, the very food you eat, the very floors you walk upon, sandals or none, although I prefer none to keep it clean, you must be engaged. And you've been so distant, it's making us worry.
Luna kind of looks down at their feet, at the sandals they have on. Like, worried about sandals?
I know. It's. I like the
dirt.
I like the feeling of the ground underneath my feet. It's more of a natural connection. It's a personal preference, and also I don't like things being treaded in. But that's just me.
Are you cleaning it up?
Luna, I know that there are other things on your mind. So why don't you take the rest of the day? I know that you're going to be involved in helping out with the town and in the festival that's going on, so enjoy it now. Let it be your delightful distraction.
I suppose you're right. Thank you, mentor.
Flow like the water, my friend. Flow like the water. And also, do not forget the water buckets. They've been starting to get some mildew build up.
Right.
Be mindful.
Yes. All right. Will do.
And as you finish up your tasks and end up grabbing your stuff for the day to pack out, to pack up and move on, as it were. We move on now to the outskirts of the city, arriving by caravan with several beasts of burden surrounding this large hay bale type cart as a caravan is moving into the port city of Mare. As a group of out-of-towners are all going off of this onto this brick-lined street, and we see several types of vendors getting bags and getting out of this very jammed cart. One of them being incredibly tall as they take themselves off of the cart. Jessica, if you wouldn't mind introducing your character.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Arlin. I am a nearly 7.5 foot tall fairball, and oui.
There is a couple of humans, half elves, and half orcs, just kind of all trying to step around you as you're lumbering off of the cart, and eventually everyone makes their way off, and the cart moves forward. What do you have on you?
Not much.
Very minimalist.
Yeah, came with very minimal things. Basically, the cloth on my back and a few waist satchels. But and naturally, yeah. No.
There is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Please go ahead.
There is a woman, human elderly woman who is at kind of like this kiosk of signing in vendors and assistance and help. She's pointing out directions to if you are here to help with the setting up of the shops, that is on this line over to my right. If you are assisting with any voluntary medical aid, that is over there on the left.
She raises her tail.
Yes. Can I help you?
Yes. You said the medical tents. Où est-ce que je peux les trouver?
Sylvan? And she's asking. She speaks to you in fluent Sylvan. Yes, what you're going to do is head to that line, and we appreciate your abilities being brought forth here. Who are you working on behalf of?
I come from nowhere.
And she understands. Just from the regional part of your voice as she starts to click some pieces together. Yes. You're from the north, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oui.
Okay. Yes. If you speak with Julius, he will be our resident cleric residing over the area. He'll check you in and he'll let you know where you'll be stationed for today.
Merci.
Thank you so much for your event.
Merci.
And then she drops and is quickly, like, with her checkboard going over to different areas.
And I just imagine I can kind of see over everything. I'm not doing that, like, tippy-toe dance of, like, where did you say?
Yeah, you know exactly where to go.
She stands out, and I will admit there is a point that her ears are sort of curious, but so they kind of flick up every once in a while, but go back down, just because crowds. And her hair is a little bit more over one eye, over her left eye.
It is crowded, so people are kind of like, walking around you, and your eye level with things being held on people's heads, carts being pulled by, your eye level with a lot of large animals, a lot of more beasts of burden coming through.
If there's any, like, spice baskets, I'm sniffing them. Like,
oh, absolutely. And all of the odors, just this whole town's, like, eclectic senses are just wafting in full speed. And you end up heading towards more of the market district at this point, where it's even busier. And there is another person who's calling all clerics and just checking them then, and sees that the woman you were speaking to pointed you over to his. He's like, yeah, come on, quickly. Here, just write your information, and he gives you, like, really quick, like, quill, and thank you very much. Okay, and he gives you, like, a small, like, little like, kind of a soft material badge, as it were, to signify that you're a resident cleric. You're going to be helping out with overseeing of the trials tomorrow. So making sure your proficiency as a cleric, you are registered. You know what? I don't have time. Are you able to heal people on a moment's notice?
Oui.
Good enough for me. We have resident cots that are just kind of available for lounging. It'll be on call as needed. There is if you want food or dining, that we do have. He pulls out like a small. Yeah, this is a voucher for later for a meal if you'd like. Also, this is good for the night. We do not cover anything past tomorrow night. We just need to make sure that all of the expenses are covered, and of course you will, signing that you have waived any sort of magical cursing problems or any sort of liability that we may have. Sorry, once you get into like a zone with so many people, it just tends to happen. I'm sorry. I didn't even get your name.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Arlin.
Sylvan, yes.
I don't really fit on cots. Is there anywhere on the ground that I can sleep?
See if we have any openings in the livestock excessive area. No offense, I don't mean it.
No,
it's
no,
actually very comfortable.
I'm actually
the horses herding and just lots of just.
I-
we do
I
get Centaur
prefer
coming
it.
in every now and then. So
Yeah, no.
Yes,
suits me.
I will take. Yeah, what you're going to want to speak to. I guess. Well, set yourself out to have it the fish and flask. Speak with Eldon. He's the proprietor there. He's good with the envoys, and they'll set you up with something. By all means, thank you so much for your help. I am running so thin on people. Just that you are a blessing. Thank you. Oh, thank the ancients. Yes. No, if you wouldn't mind, just.
Oui.
Thank you very much.
D'accord. Merci.
And as you are kind of brushed aside, there is in the shipyards. We hear footsteps, discreet, unassuming, but an imposing figure walks casually through the city market, quietly enjoying the sights and sounds, the vendors, and that he can see passing by, and all of the wonderful ships that have come into this port city on this very busy day. Mark, if you would please describe your character for us.
Yeah, so Finn is definitely he's in reality almost a 19-year-old boy when all is said and done. Fairly largely built though, completely shaved down head on both sides, with a large red mohawk sticking straight up into the air. He's got quite a bit of piercings, both of his eyebrows. He's got a spider bite, as well as gauged out ears. But probably the thing that you'll notice the most about him is going to be the absolutely mangled tops of his ears, completely scarred over. It's really difficult to hide. But it is something that he wears kind of with pride. And he's dressed head to toe in the very familiar to everybody dress and armor of the Hallowed. The black tunic with the large symbol of holy symbol of Bahamut hanging around his neck.
And how discreet are you actually trying to be in this, if any?
I'm not being discreet at all. As far as,
so as you're walking by, you're getting a lot of looks, a lot of mixed reactions. Some people are kind of just quickly moving along. There are others who are just, what is this presence doing here? There's someone from the... You hear a lot of mutterings like, oh, looks like the Westland's trying to expand. A couple of people are not so discreetly bumping into you, going, excuse me. And then there are a lot of people who are just moving back and forth and around.
I'm absolutely unfazed by the bumping into me. In fact, I kind of give a shoulder shrug back as you see them approach, kind of a almost a jovial, but not quite.
There are some people who are kind of like put off by it, and others who are just kind of like scoff. And then there are kids like there are some tiny kids that are just like running up, like looking like, because they've never seen someone dressed like you before. You see, the Mari is a very Water Ganassi filled native town. So a lot of young Water Ganassi looking up and just like, hey, mister, are you? Where are you from? Where you? There's so many people coming in from. Is that your knife? Why is there? What? Do you carry a sword? Do you know how to do magic? Like it's like all these like different kinds of things.
It would be quite obvious. I've got a fairly large broadsword across my back for traveling, as well as a hand axe on one side and a fairly ornate dagger on the other side.
There is a mother of the Water Ganassi mother just coming up. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and she's bowing in like kind of like reverence to like, just really kind of like she doesn't want anyone to be messed with. She's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
No apologies needed.
Yes, that's a blessing of the ancients. Blessing of the ancients. It's just kind of moves back quickly. And you're kind of getting this vibe of it's like welcomed, but like out of very just like the bare bones respect of authority that you seem to be carrying just by appearance alone. You do catch some pretty like jaunty music playing not too far that kind of attracts you, gets your ear. And there is a group that is playing, setting up. Like there's kind of like all these different musicians that have all come visiting, like different kind of like buskers and panhandlers, all just kind of like trying to showcase their things. There's one who's telling grandiose stories of, and I went up to the mountain and then back down. And there's like no applause. He's like, but it was just by myself. It's just you hear some like something that just feels like a little bit like more of a pick-me-up style, and as these people with flutes and some horns start gathering themselves in a circle, and there's like a bit of a drum circle movement kind of going. The vibe is really like kind of this chill, mellow, but like got a little nice kick to it. This is like kind of like your kind of scene right now. And among them, there are a lot of people your age. Seems to be where it's like, this is where the cool kids are hanging. And there's a lot of like, nobody's really kind of giving you any looks. There's some people like, cool ears, man. And amongst the the hustle and bustle of the crowd, as music is filling in different areas, there are a lot of people just trying to make some coin. But Finn, to you, there is a familiar face. And Victoria, if you can please describe your character.
Hello. So, Maring is a herringon, which basically means a humanoid rabbit, if you don't know. She's standing at a strong 4'11". She has dark mocha fur with white splotches here and there randomly, one noticeably being on her right eye. She also has many piercings. Her right ear has 2 gold hoops, and her left ear has 1 gold hoop right at the flop at the top, and her left ear flops because there's a giant scar coming from the tip of her cute little pink nose all the way up to that left ear to the point where it makes it flop at the top. She is wearing a leather corset that buckles 3 times to the left side, and a dark forest green skirt at the bottom. With anyone with a higher perception will know that is a rip-away skirt. There is a metal piece of armor on her shoulder and a big black bow detailed in green, with green detailing on it, and she has light amber eyes, and she does have a little froof, not emo, but enough that one curl hits her left eye here and there, and it's dyed with green tips, and she has a gold septum as well.
Awesome. So, Maring, as you're enjoying the music's coming in, and people are kind of like just mingling about, you catch the familiar face of Finn.
Finn!
Hey! From,
She holds her arms wide and starts, like, almost hopping towards you.
I'll drop down to a knee and give you a big hug.
She, like, loops around your neck and then, like smacks your head a couple times.
It's been a while since I saw you last from over in the Imperium, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that place is booming. They've gotten a 2nd floor, too.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow. Hey, it's great to see the scene kind of growing up and growing.
Well,
especially in a place like that.
You know Terratalia. We're always growing, doing stuff, doing things,
True, if
How
any
have
place.
you been?
It's been an interesting time, interesting life. I mean, the job sometimes gets in the way.
Right. And she takes a look. I'm pretty sure this is probably her first time looking at your formal look.
Yeah, you have probably never actually seen me done anywhere
Right.
close to being in my. You probably have no idea that my job is this.
Right. And she is probably looking dead at the amulet when you stand up. She goes, oh, wow. I was not. Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know whether to bow or just like walk away or something. Or
No need to bow. I assure you, and you don't need to worry. I'm still Finn. Don't worry.
Good, excellent. I love to hear that, which means you're ready to mess up stuff. I mean, no. I mean, we can be cordial for a little bit, right? Until
of course.
nighttime.
Oh, of course.
Okay, cool.
Maring, Finn, you actually recognize this group that is just wrapping up for the... Which group is it that you see in front of you right now? Because I know that we've thought of some names beforehand, so I will let it be up to you. Of this group of particular genre of bards from your region.
Let's just call them Truth Coffee.
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
So they are. I'm going to say they're a mix of half-orcs and goblins and a kobold, and they are just like the kobold is like, everyone, we are going to be at over at the Guild Tavern. You know the place. Come on. We want to see you all there. We're going to be performing later at the Fish and Flask. And I hope to see all of you. And they kind of recognize your faces from gigs. Hey, you guys, we know how to party. I like these two. We are going to be doing a little bit of a entertainment scouting talent show type ordeal. So we hope to see you there, that you cheer us on. All right, so thank you. And of course, be generous with anything that you can provide to help us be the best musicians we can be. And I can move out of the sewer.
Why do I have a feeling that this town does not know what they're going to be in for later tonight?
Just kind of like goes like
yeah,
this.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. But we're totally going.
Oh, yeah.
The half-orc is just kind of handing out flyers like, hope to see you there, hope to see you there, hope to see you there, thank you, hope to see you there, hope to see you there.
Mary
just like really like...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Mary will definitely go to one of the goblins in the band and give him like a fist pump like this and say,
"Oh
right
yeah,
on,
absolutely."
Man. Like full on influent goblin will be like, "I can't wait to see you there, man. It's gonna be crazy. I got a few things to do, but I'll be there."
He's just been doing like the cool like roadie, like packing up and nodding, like yeah, cool, all right, cool. So we're now going to head over to the Fish and the Flask on another side of the city. There are two patrons sitting at the bar, the famous site of rest and relaxation for the traveling adventurer, known as the Fish and the Flask. As the eye-patched human bartender named Eldon Bog is wiping down the counter, just having let the afternoon rush settle down. He draws his attention to two customers that he accidentally had been avoiding, but because there were just so many people at the time. He looks at you, Brittany, and if you wouldn't mind introducing your character.
Yeah, so when Eldon looks my way, he sees a pink tiefling with long, light teal and white hair pulled back into a high ponytail. He would see that she has striking silver eyes. She has two horns that stick straight up from her head, but one of them is very noticeably only about half as long as the other. She is wearing a dress with a black corset, and the front of the dress, it looks like it's pretty short, like a little bit above her knee, but then when she turns around, you see that she has a long bustle, like a floofy bustle that's like shiny and teal and purple, and it's business in the front and party in the back. It's the mullet of dresses, not subtle at all. And then over her arm, over her shoulder, on a leather strap is a teal, a very ornate teal lyre that she carries with her.
And who is the person that has joined you at the bar? Oh, that's right. It's Michael's character. Mike, if you wouldn't mind introducing your character.
And sitting directly to the right of the eclectic party cake topper that is sitting next to him at the bar is the exact opposite in aesthetic You see a very dingy and kind of dirt-covered Aarakocra. So he's a bird folk. Specifically, he looks like an anthropomorphic red-tailed hawk. And unlike the established Aarakocra, he does not have wings coming out of his back.
Yes, in our world, the hands are at the end of the wings.
Yes, the wing feathers are collapsed up against the arm until they are in use. But he is wearing very dirty robe, like moccasin-like leather pants. He has a vest on that's also studded leather armor. And across the chest, going diagonally and across the waist, are two belts that are filled with large caliber bullets and small caliber bullets at the waist. There at the other side of the waist, you see in a waist holster what's sticking out looks like a handgun of some kind with a very dark red wooden handle, and then slung across the back, very much like the lyre of his companion, is a very long implement wrapped in leather cloth that could be some kind of club or maybe a long gun. You wouldn't know until it's too late. And then covering the main part of his body under that rifle is a very large cloak-like serape that covers the rest of his body. And it looks very much like a fistful of dollars. And he's just tensed up against the bar, staring at the bartender. Muscled arms, kind of looks like a UFC welterweight.
And he's just like, oh, all right, what can I get you to?
Whiskey.
I got plenty of that and more, as long as you got the coin. And how about you, young lady?
Oh, well, actually, I was thinking, do you possibly have anything that is perhaps pink? Wait, no, blue, something blue.
Andy.
Wow. You want one of those tourist drinks, huh? I think I could mix up something, some sort of cocktail.
Great.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll think of something. I've usually just been given slinging ale for left and right, so this is a bit of a challenge. I like that. And he throws the towel over himself, and I'm gonna make something just nice, right for you.
You're the best.
Oh, please. And he goes back and he starts mixing a few things. It's a relatively, lower key scene. You guys kind of came in as everyone was just kind of rushing out afterwards. And you can see that there is some stuff set up in the corner of the bar area for possibly for musician setup. There are some patrons kind of slowly coming in and out. There is a lot of loud talk amongst people you can see wearing particular different types of badges for this big convention in the area, as the whole big scene that's going on is that the Wayfinders Guild is reopening once more to bring in a new chapter of adventurers. And once we kind of get that whole vibe in, Eldon comes around and he's got this nice little goblet, glass goblet of sorts, that he put some fruit wedges in, and it's clearly it's just a kind of he gives you actually we didn't get your names yet, but he gives you, Michael, your character, he gives you just the straight up glass, and also puts the bottle to the side, just in case you're feeling a little generous yourself. And then he brings this bluish pink swirl that that's kind of going in there, and he's a little bit of an alchemy background myself, I just like to experiment every now and then. I don't get much chances to use it. But you, I think you might like this. And it kind of looks like a martini of sorts, but it's got this cool swirling movement of pink amongst a sea of blue.
Oh, that's beautiful. And
give it a try.
Yes. And I
be
grab
honest.
it.
Be honest.
And I sip. What do I taste?
First, I need you to do a Constitution save.
Okay. First roll of the game. That's
yes.
scary.
And just so everybody knows, in terms of the house rules for our games, what we have here is that if it's a natural 1, that's an automatic fail. If it's a nat 20, it's an automatic success. For our battles, you'll see the dice rolled in real time, but everybody gets to use their own little fun stuff. Andy, by the look on your face, I'm curious as to what you rolled.
That's a 7.
Ooh, this is strong.
Ooh.
It
Okay.
burns immediately, and as polite as you try to be, you cannot help but feel it like close up a little as you're.
I kind of lean over and I go, "That's what you get for ordering absinthe."
Oh, you got a good nose on you. You got a good nose. I tried to, sprinkle in a bit of different flavoring and such. Maybe mask it with the fruit, and it's just why I haven't been really much more of a pull down the lever, hand your mug sort of guy.
Well,
do you like it?
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Maybe just a long sip of a drink, though. Like 1 per night. But yes, it's great. You should actually add it to the menu. Cocktail menu, I think, would be a really good idea for you.
I think that would be fun. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna think about that. Yeah, you just enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna write that idea down. I forgot to catch. I didn't catch your names. By the way, I'm Eldon, of course. I'm the proprietor here. I like to know my new customers on a first name basis, especially if they're inspiration for possible drink names.
Oh, well, Andy. Hello, Eldon. Very nice to meet you. And
Very nice
yes,
to meet
absolutely.
you. And you, sir?
Oaxaca.
He's actually much more friendly than he's actually acting.
I'm sure he is after a few
He really
points.
is. Mhm.
Well, you enjoy yourselves. That bottle's all yours, sir. Don't you worry. And, of course, if you need me, just give a holler. Be right with you, mate. He goes over to another patron. And the bar is available now to you as you quietly enjoy your drinks as best you can.
You don't always have to order the most expensive drink on the menu at every tavern you go to.
Well, to be completely fair, I didn't order the most expensive drink. I just ordered something blue. If that happens to be the most expensive drink, then that's kind of just a coincidence, like not causation. It's just coincidence.
Andy, every drink you've ordered on this trip has just been screaming money.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
What did we talked about being subtle?
No, you talked about being subtle. I listened.
Yes.
Kinda.
Well, the whole point was to, intake that lesson and apply it in public situations. Now, this glass of whiskey is subtle. It's simple. It's one ingredient in a glass.
It's boring.
This looks like you just chalked a bunch of fireflies into a wall.
And it's fun, is what you mean. So the problem I'm not seeing.
Well, it just tends to be the most expensive drink in the bar is the strongest drink in the bar. And the strongest drink in the bar usually leads to you playing music. And you playing music means some people
Leads
end
to
up
excellence.
leads to people losing their money and then questioning why the bard is running out of the bar with all of their money pouches. And then I have to get involved.
Only when things go wrong.
They've gone wrong in every single tavern on this trip.
Not every single one. Not every single one. That's an over-exaggeration.
Ugh.
But I told you, this is one. And if you say, okay, it's the most expensive, but it's also the strongest, so that means I'm getting my money's worth, right? So it's a good deal. I think you worry too much.
Normally I don't worry. It's just that there's an established pattern of events where I have had to get punched in the face multiple times, trying not to let you get punched in the face.
Sorry. There's a half-orc that just sits next to you. My apologies.
No problem. Better out than in, I always say.
So anyway, I was saying.
I kind of fan away the stench.
Yes, thank you.
And at this time, Luna, you find yourself now having wrapped up your activities for the day, taking some R&R in this location as well. There is a nice little empty corner if you want to isolate yourself. The bar is also available to you. Where'd you like to sit down? You are muted.
First time. Still muted.
There we go.
He's a
Luna
mute.
will go over the bar.
Taking a vow of silence.
Character change.
Quality content.
Yeah, Luna will go to the bar and just kind of cautiously look around, but then catch themselves. You're like, I don't fucking care, and then
Oaxaca, Andi, kind of awkwardly coming up to on your opposite side, Andi, is this very gangly, aquamarine skin-toned individual.
tattooed.
How are they dressed at this time?
So they'll have just kind of like a low cut satchel, not satchel. I'm sorry. Just like a burqa, kind of but it's sleek. It's black. It's and then just it's like robes, academic robes.
And Eldon comes up and is like, and just kind of doesn't know what to do, but kind of just goes for a bowing gesture as if he thinks that's what your monk order does.
Stop that.
I'm just trying to be formal, mate. That's all it is.
It's all right.
So how's things going at the wonderful way of the Ascendant Dragon Order?
Just great. For a bit of
relaxation?
Yes, this is normal.
Yes. Listen, Luna, you've been coming in for the last 6 or 7 months or so. I will serve you. I'm not going to go and tattle on your masters, all right?
All right.
What do you want, mate? Come on.
The milk, please.
You hear Oaxaca go.
Wait.
Is that
Wait.
funny?
Wait. Luna. Little Luna Wayflow.
Andy?
Yes. Hello, Luna. It's been so long.
It has. I don't know many pink tieflings, so I don't know why it took me so long.
No one does. It's wonderful.
Yeah. You're great. Yeah. How are
You're
you?
great.
Wonderful.
Great. Drinking milk at a bar, though.
Yeah. Well,
This is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a beverage.
Well, no, I mean this, your thing. What are you doing?
I'm relaxing.
You're relaxing.
Fucking kidding me.
Are you
Does your person have a problem?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Oaxaca. Oaxaca. Yeah. This is my childhood friend Luna. Be nice.
Nice to meet you. Right.
Yeah. He really is much more friendly than he appears to be. Right, Oaxaca?
All right.
Much more friendly. Mm-hmm. Much more friendly.
Cordial.
Yes. So are you like a holy man now or something? Or like a holy person? I don't know.
All right. Holy, yeah, sort of. It's complicated, and I really shouldn't talk about it here.
Oh, we can talk about other things. What other things would you like to talk about? I mean, we haven't seen each other in so incredibly long. So, like,
Right.
what have you been doing? What brings you to Mare? What?
Eldon comes up with a big glass of milk, just like, I was feeling generous today, so, you know, it's all yours.
Chocolate?
I'll be right back. And it just comes back. It's just this, like,
Oh, the milk is chocolate. Okay, that makes it much better.
Right? This is fun.
Yeah, that's very fun.
I'll put
Did
some
you see-
chocolate in it, and he goes
Yeah.
away.
Do you see this drink that Eldon made me? This is also very fun.
Gosh, that's beautiful.
Isn't
Calling
it? I
it the
love
blue
it.
wave.
The blue wave, but there's
wave.
pink in it. There should also be like something that references like the pink.
It's a work in progress.
The pink devil.
You just
Yeah.
hear a walker go. This just keeps getting fucking better and better.
And as you're
Alright.
all exchanging pleasantries, well, 2 out of 3, Finn and Mering, you've now made your way into the Fish and Flask. As some of the band mates you've seen are starting to file in. Looks like they're starting to prep.
I would like to say that Mering on the way to the Fish and Flask was like, all right, so I don't want you to get all weird on me, but I had a dream about you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, a good dream or like a bad dream? I mean, what kind of dream?
I mean, what would you classify fighting Tiamat?
I mean, for someone of like my profession, that tends to be like a long shot, but kind of what you're going for. Like,
So,
I mean,
yes.
it's what we strive for. But I mean, right now, I think that's probably a terrible dream for me right now.
Right. No. But we were like, we were so cool, and like, you know, and she describes everything that happens, and she's like, and I was on like Snuffles, and it was like crazy. I was like, poof, and then I got like Tiamat right in the eye, and she's like going in on how crazy. And then there are like 3 other people with us, and they kind of looked like this, and she started describing all these people. And so on the way to the Fish and Flask, you're getting like this full-fledged like detailing of what happened in our session 0, basically. But like super animated. She's like, and I was like, "Poof," and you were like, "Poof," and oh my god, you were so awesome, and I was so awesome, and like just like that.
It's very strange in detail how Finn, she is describing the exact same kind of dream that you had, down to the letter in detail. And I want you to give are you going to try and hide it, or are you going to show like shared interest in this at first?
I think I'll end up trying to hide it, at least initially.
Give me a
just gotta
deception
play.
check.
I certainly will.
Well, if it helps, she's not looking. She's just like describing this thing like, oh,
But for my own
awesome.
curiosity.
Deception. 13.
Yeah, I would say, you know, for the most part, you're like, like doing that,
You don't
like kind
say.
of thing. Like, yeah, wow.
And you're sure it was the Tiamat, right? Not just, not just some
definitely.
random Hydra that happened to have like weird, funky colored heads.
I'm sorry. Okay, Finn, I know that I'm maybe 4'11" and that I'm a bunny, but you know I know my dragon lore. Come on, man. You know I do. Don't get on me on that.
Nah, I know.
And also the fact that we definitely died at the end, like 100%, completely murked, bro. Falling through the ground, center of the earth, incinerated.
Well, as
Yeah.
long as we had a good time going out, I mean, I guess that's the most important thing.
It's really crazy because Squibbles was huge, man, and you see like her little salamander like sit on her little shoulder. The salamander, he's all black and looks like he got sprayed with spray paint with white on his face. He has like speckles on his face. He has orange eyes, and he's just like
Just flutters around for like.
what's up, man?
Hey there.
And as they're coming in, like, exchanging this high-energy conversation, I would like Oaxaca, Andy, and Luna to roll perception for me.
Are we doing, just to double check, we're doing checks live, or can we do it with our dice?
These are with your dice, yeah.
Oh.
Folks, when we go into battle, you get to see the digital dice versions in real time for accountability.
Which is so bad, because
Hey.
my online
Perception.
dice rolls suck.
Perception of 18 plus 4, so...
Oh, yeah. Oaxaca, you'll definitely be the first for your ears to pick up at the tone of voice of Finn and Maring. You know these voices, and you know why you know these voices. And it certainly kind of halts everything in your momentum at the moment when you hear their excited tones talking very descriptively about something that you have had weighing on your mind for quite some time since your trip into the city.
She's being quite loud when she walks in too. She's just gonna walk in and be like, and yeah, fully
And do you sit at the
incinerated.
bar, or do you decide to take a table?
Oh, I'm heading right up to the bar.
Yeah, we definitely head up to the bar.
Hearing the voices, I kind of give a cockeyed side look, not really moving, but like stiffening up to listen in on the conversation. And then I immediately clock a very familiar looking black tunic vestige and symbol of a certain dragon god. And I stiffen up a little bit more. And then I lean into Andy and I go, "Don't make a scene." How
Andy rolled a 3, so Andy is still talking to Luna. Like, yes, and I actually, so when I went to, so I was at Kovan Academy, and
Andy?
then Professor Karilla, it's like amazing. She was
Andy?
really, what,
Andy?
Awaka? What, Awaka?
don't
Trying to
Make-
tell a story about Professor Karilla.
Don't make a scene. Howling. And I kind of tip my head over to where Finn is.
And Luna rolled 13, so like
Yeah, you
they're
kind of
already like distracted, and so now that he says something, they're looking.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't register until like Oaxaca's attention gets brought to Finn and Maring.
I mean, how large is this bar area?
It's conveniently 8 seats across on one side, or
As in, like, can I roll a perception to see if I'm
6 seats,
noticing?
rather.
To see if I'm noticing the
Me go,
furrowed
Andy,
brow
Andy,
and
Andy,
head
Andy.
nods towards me.
Absolutely.
As Maring is like fully incinerated, sinner through the earth, got just
18.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's hard to mistake someone as unique looking as them that you've only seen in a dream show up in real life, sitting right next to the person you've also only other seen in a dream, sitting right next to another person you've only seen in the same dream.
You got a problem there, bird boy?
whoa, whoa,
Great start.
whoa.
You see Oaxaca reach
How dead?
into his serape and immediately flip out and put a 6-inch Bowie knife into the bar and go, "I don't know. Are the followers of Dragon Jesus having a party in town today?"
Ooh.
Maring is going to hop on top of the bar and be
And
like,
at
"No,
that point, Eldon comes in and is like, oi,
What?
folks.
sorry,
It's not that kind of night. It's not that kind of night, all right?
I'm sorry.
It's later.
This was
It's
talking
later in the
shit."
week. Okay. We got rules around here. And he points to a big sign that says, drink as much as you want, fight with your words, no melee magic.
No melee magic. I love it.
I got 3 rules, all right? I stick to it, and everybody has a good time, all right? So keep it to yourselves.
How about
And what?
4th rule is go Coco?
And he slides you the chocolate milk. He's like, I just drink it, mate. All right, come on.
I do a
Eldon.
slow turn towards the monk and I pick the knife up out of the bar and I go, "Sorry."
It's going to
Flip
cost
the
you
knife.
extra if you do it again.
With a
No.
milk?
Maring's gonna elbow Finn a They look familiar, right? Is it something we've done together? Or is it, oh, and like realization just like floods her face.
Are
And
you
then
all
she
right?
They do look familiar.
Andy, when you and Luna turn to them, it suddenly clicks that you've absolutely seen these faces before. What is the vibe at the moment amongst the five of you in this second?
Maring thinks she's tripping. Like she's just
Yeah.
like, you see them, right? You see them. You see them. I swear I didn't swallow those mushrooms on the ship over here. I swear I didn't do it. I didn't. Maybe it got in the water. Like that she's like mumbling to herself. You see them,
I'm
right?
completely full of distrust overall. I mean, I've got sideways glance bird boy over here, and two people I've only ever seen in a dream. So,
Oaxaca, any kind of emotional turmoil is happening inside as he's contemplating the fact that all five of the people in here kind of know each other through a very odd happenstance. But while he's doing that, he is staring a hole right through Finn, just making direct eye contact.
And Luna, like to try to cut the tension, like they know what's going on, they can kind of feel it, but like stares daggers at Eldon, and it's like, what did you put in my drink?
Well, I added a bit of I threw some marshmallows in there. So, sweeten it up a little bit.
Marshmallows. I love you, Eldon.
Oh, please.
I give a very heavy sigh, like.
And as if it couldn't get weirder in that moment, the one person you realize that has kind of been missing from this vision walks in. Because it's not meant for 7 foot tall people. Can you give me just like a dexterity check, just for fun, just to see if you're able to?
Okay. Oh yeah, she's gonna do great. Oh, all right. Yeah.
And you'll be able to see everybody's stats down there, folks, as they slide on by.
With a -1, that's a 4.
What
Love
is
that.
distracting you so much that you smack your head against the doorway?
Oh,
I'll let you describe how you awkwardly stumble into this world.
honestly, I think it's just the crowds. She would be trying to move out of the way, and what you guys are seeing is this over 7 foot tall gray furbog with or furblog, I should say it correctly. Furbog.
Furbolg.
But it's
Furbog?
F-I.
You say furbolg.
Anyway,
A
apologies.
furblog.
Felt like a bug.
Yeah.
A furblog
Furbolg.
can be
Furbolg.
very different things on the internet.
Yes. I
So
believe you
all
can buy.
versions accepted.
I think you could buy a furbolg at an IKEA for like $29.99 or something like that.
Oh dear.
Why does every stream we do end up being
Ends
an
up being
IKEA
IKEA.
commercial?
That IKEA money.
He
Sponsor
wants that
IKEA.
sponsor. He wants that sponsor. Don't wreck it for him. He's
Hashtag
been
no.
working.
You like to play the Dungeons and Dragons? Well, you also like the sword.
We're gonna have a
Yep.
whole menu of Swedish meatballs in the future games. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
That works for us.
Anyway.
And anyway, so she's primarily gray, but you will, and she is in a relatively neutral colored jumpsuit that it punches pretty far at the front and is more of a halter style. So there is no back. It ties at the waist, and the legs are baggy but elasticized ankles. And you will be able to see that her hands, as well as her feet, because she is barefoot, and the left side of her face has vitiligo markings on it. And if her hair moves out of the way, you will see a big mark of it on her back as well. And her, as well as her tail, has the same markings too. And her hair is currently sort of a purpley color to it, and her tail is just rainbow splotches everywhere, all colors. But yeah, she's probably distracted trying to get in the door or let other people in the door, and then when she finally gets some time, she can't duck in time, so melt.
Watch yourself, love. It's a bit of a low ceiling for people you're told.
Oh, come on.
It's a tall one.
Oui.
It's a tall one.
But that's
It's a tall one.
so
we got an extra seat here if you want, or you could take up a. The corners are a little bit higher than as Eldon's trying to accommodate you.
Eska, are you Eldon? I was told to come here.
He starts speaking to you in Sylvan. Yes, I'm Eldon. You're from the north, I assume. Okay.
Oui.
Who sent you?
Oh no, j'ai oublié son nom. I was the gentleman at the front, the other cleric. He was here. He told me to come here, and I'm supposed to. I don't fit in the cot.
Give your voucher. Don't worry, I'll take it. I'll set you up.
She's probably like fiddling with it in her hands. So yeah.
He sets you up with the last seat at the bar, conveniently a 6th seat, and has like a pre-made kind of like wooden tray of almost like a pittance meal, but it's more than you're used to in terms of this is like practically gourmet to you. To everybody else, it's just some boiled potatoes and a little bit of meat and some like a tiny little thing of ale. Is like there you go, and that's he's speaking to you still in Sylvan. That's why my accent dropped. Love that trope. So this is yours, and of course you have a room for you available too. And thank you for helping out with the festival today. I don't really tell people about this, but my sister's one of the envoys at the guild. So if you get in good with them, they may be able to employ you. I'm just saying, I always like if you could keep an eye out for some people. They tend to maybe overindulge a little bit. Maybe a wave of the hand, and I will look the other way.
We will see what happens.
I like you already. Enjoy. And he looks at.
Merci.
As for the rest of you, that's going to be use any points at you, Oaxaca. That's going to be about I'm going to say 10 silver pieces for yours, for at least for the bottle and for a lovely new concoction. You my friends, what can I get you? And he points at you and Finn, Maring and Finn.
I actually slide 10 silver across the bar and just grab the bottle from in front of Oaxaca. Spin the cap and just take a swig out of it.
All right, I'm going to settle up with other people. And he starts walking to the far corner. Don't want no trouble in the place, that's all I'm saying.
I just want an ale, please. Things are happening to me.
You want some chocolate milk?
I reach across the bar if there is an area where I could just grab a glass off the...
It's pretty. You're a
grab
tall
a glass,
boy.
flip it in front of Maring, and tip the bottle over to give her a little fill.
Thank you.
Arlin, as you're watching this happen, you're starting to slowly register the faces down the line next to you of familiarity.
Maring's
all of you
staring
are
at
looking right at Arlin.
Just like.
Am I going to be the first to say it that there's a major feeling of fucking deja vu right now?
You don't happen to shoot guns, do you, Feathers?
I lift up the serape to show the piece that is attached to my hip. You think this is a fucking feather duster?
Oh my god.
He does shoot guns, but I have to warn you.
Don't
call him a gunslinger. I made that mistake. Don't do it. Okay? Just warning.
Oh,
Andy?
this is real. Oh my
I'm
god.
just letting them know in case, you seem to be rather on edge for some odd reason. And as I'm saying this, I am definitely behind Oaxaca, in between, putting him between Finn and myself. But you seem to be a little bit on edge, so I just wanted to let them know in case.
You don't have to tell them everything.
I'm not going to tell them everything, just that one thing.
Anything else? Because you look familiar.
That's
All
what
of you.
deja vu means, asshole.
Stop! Don't call
So-
Luna an asshole.
And also,
Sorry,
it's
I'm sorry, Luna. I'm sorry, Luna.
It's all right. I've been called worse.
Yes, but not by my friends.
Well, your friends. Anyway,
I'm sorry, désolé. Do you all know each other? I'm British.
Some tinges.
really?
Dead. I'm dead now. Sorry, I cast
What
Dissonant Whispers accidentally.
All just.
What
Jesus,
just
not
happened?
I got stressed out.
Not sure who that was.
I have no idea who that was.
That's okay.
I, for one,
That's
can't
fine.
wait for the edit so that Mike can at some point tell us who that was.
Yo,
Wasn't on
that's
my end. Nothing
exactly
spiked
what
me.
It
happened
was the big
to all
bad.
We all need eyes.
Wait, the big bad's Electro.
That was all. That was just all of our brains just short
Yeah.
circuiting.
Yeah, that was the final recognition. Tiamat's like, yes. All right.
Jeez.
Ma.
Anyway,
Yeah, all our ears, all our animal ears are like, oh god, why? No.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So this. Sorry. You
Do-
go. You go.
Do you all know each This is gonna be your life. Do you all know each other already? I don't. I
Well,
think
Well, I know.
you.
It was
I
vision.
know them and him. But I feel like we
I'm désolé. I mean, I had a dream and
a dream. Yeah.
You had a dream. I had a dream.
Oui.
I had a dream too.
Oui. Oh, bonjour.
Hi. Sorry.
So
oui.
we all had
J'avais
a-
un rêve aussi.
we all had a dream.
Mhm. With a dragon.
Tiamat.
Just the
Peut-être,
dragon,
uh,
the dragon.
Tiamat.
The
Oui.
dragon.
I-
Yes.
Je ne voulais pas le croire. I didn't want to believe it.
Ye-
I'm not sure if any of us did.
Well, we're not dead,
That's
so
not-
like, should we believe it or like because we're not actually dead? So, right,
How-
it
Who's
didn't
to say
actually
that?
happen.
Why are you all here? What? Quoi? I don't know.
Wayfinders
What's
go.
qui arrive?
Fine.
She just starts to like take a drink and just an air of like disbelief is still on her face, but she knows better than to question these things, yet she still questions it.
Mm.
and as you start to contemplate collectively in silence for a bit, this strange meeting of coincidence,
Mhm.
we'll pick up there for our next chapter.
In the center of a mist-filled forest, a lone soldier sits before his sword. Tightly closed eyes, clenched fists, sweat dripping from his brow. He breathes deeply as he concentrates. From the darkness, he hears his patron.
My faithful one, you have begun to walk the path to your salvation, and prepared the way for my return. For this, you shall be rewarded. Together, we shall reconcile the folly of dragons, and the dyad shall be no more. And now, my son, rise.